Chapter 7. A couple days passed since Daisy's trip to the vet. It hadn't been bad as she feared. Dr. Kim and her staff were kind people, and since Daisy was an older dog, they pulled out all the stops. They weighed her, examined her teeth, and listened to her heart. They checked her skin to make sure it wasn't too oily or dry. They ran lots of tests, but Daisy already knew that no test would find what had really been what was troubling her. She liked her life the way it was, and she didn't want it to change. That was the thought running through Daisy's mind when Danny and Ron came into the mudroom that morning. They had set her up in a crate away from all the other animals until they could be sure they had a clean bill of health. They checked on her alone often, but this time they weren't alone. They weren't expecting a house call, Dr. Kim, Danny said. I hope that doesn't mean you have bad news of Daisy's test results. Not at all, said Dr. Kim as she walked in and settled into a chair that was facing Daisy's crate. I'm here because I wanted to check in on some other patients of mine in your care as Daisy. But the news is for her is good. According to my tests, Daisy's health is fine. If anything, I did notice the other day the muscles in her hind legs were a bit tight. Has she been unusually active lately? Ron said, scrunching up his brow. We did see her running around the yard with Millie a few days ago. They were both moving faster than they normally do. And then there was this whole t-shirt incident, added Ron. The two of them explained how Millie and Daisy got all tangled up in the pile of staff t-shirts. At the same time, Daisy was worried she and Millie might not be able to free themselves from the mountain of cotton. But now she had thought about that day, and all she could remember was having fun with her best friend. Dr. Kim nodded and let out a short laugh. That could be. I think Daisy just tired herself out. As an older dog, she needs plenty of exercise. She needs plenty of exercise, but she also needs plenty of rest. Otherwise, no, Daisy is clear to rejoin other dogs. Thank you, Dr. Kim, Danny said, squawking so he could smile at Daisy. That's a relief to hear, huh, girl? Daisy panted happily. I can assure you, he continued, facing the doctor, for the rest of the day, Daisy is going to be the most pampered pooch in the house. Danny's words came true. That afternoon, Daisy felt like she lived in a luxurious doggy day spa. First, she finished the groomers who gave her coat a long, luxurious brush and soft and shiny. They gently trimmed her nails. Then Ron revealed that Daisy had gotten a new bed, especially made for older dogs. Oh, my. When she laid down it, Daisy felt like she was sleeping on a cloud. The best part of it was when Danny settled in to rub her belly until she began to drift off. But as much she loved all the pampering attention, she felt guilty too. Everyone was scared that she'd been sick, when really she'd just been worrying herself into knots. As soon as Daisy got up, Danny got helped up Ron to get dinner ready for the dogs. Millie hurried over to Daisy. She sniffed at her friend and licked her ear. "Hi, Daisy," she said hesitantly. "How are you feeling?" "I'm fine," Daisy said. "It's good to see you." Millie looked relieved and surprised. The way you acted before when you went to see the doctor, well, I thought you were mad at me or something. Oh, droopy, drizzly, dry, sleepy eyes. Daisy lowered her head sorrowfully. Her plan hadn't been such a good idea after all. And she didn't want to hurt Millie anymore. "I was never mad at you," she said. "I'm sorry, but you think so." Millie shook it off quickly. Her eyes brightened instantly. "That's all right. I'm just glad because we're friends again," she said. "Because tomorrow is the big day, and I'm going to need you by my side." Big day? Daisy thought, confused. She remembered. The adoption event was finally here. Between the visit to the vet and her day of pampering, Daisy had nearly forgotten. Millie climbed in next to the big, comfy dog bed next to Daisy and snuggled up to her. "Tomorrow will be so much fun," she gushed. "And who knows, we might meet our forever family there." Daisy didn't have heart to tell Millie she hoped she was wrong.